Moving on towards explanation of stanza 3, I'm reading. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their position. Few new words. Kneel here means bow down in respect, okay, for someone or something. To bow down, which is the quality of human beings. Evince means show or reveal something, okay, reveal something about ourselves or open up something about ourselves. Possession means ownership of something, having ownership of something. Tokens here means human traits. Traits means qualities, okay. So tokens here means qualities, okay. Let us move on with the explanation part. Not one kneels to another, not to his kind that lived thousands years ago. Yes. If we talk about human beings, status is something that matters to human beings a lot. Here we bow at the feet of the powerful ones, and that's how somewhere superiority and inferiority, these two things come to the rise. The poet says that he has never seen any animal showing his devotion or any animal bowing at the feet of some other animal, okay. They never do so, even for their ancestors, okay, even for their elders, or even for other uh, animals. They do not have any social groups, they do not have any communities, okay. They do not have a sense of you can say superiority or inferiority. So all these things are not there with the animals. They never bow themselves, they never bow themselves at the feet of some other animals. It is human beings that do these things. They do not show their devotion towards God like we humans do. No one among them is respectable or as important as we have in our structure of society. In their structure of society, everyone is equal, no one is superior or inferior, okay. So that's why there is no tradition to bow at the feet of someone, some other animal. In human beings, rich people are generally given more importance, they are more significant as compared to others. So status matters, how rich some other person is, that thing matters, okay. And these people are treated with more respect compared to others. But this does not takes place in the life of animals. In the society of animals, they never do so. They never give more or less importance to other elements of their society. Everyone in their world is delighted, they are joyful, they are happy in their own world, they are happy with their own belongings. Actually they don't have any belongings, okay. They are not like human beings who find themselves the happiest or saddest persons on earth. It is the tendency of human beings that sometimes we are very much sad, sometimes we are depressed, sometimes we are jealous, sometimes we are envious, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are aggressive. But this thing, these emotions never does take place in animals. Then poet says that animals are more honest in showing their relations with other animals, okay. They are very much honest, they are very much sincere, okay. Wants to say that animals use other animals as their food, and they never try to hide this thing. Yes. Now so they do not have any such kind of thing or any such kind of tradition in themselves to bow at the feet of some others, okay, or give some extra sort of importance to some other animals who are rich or so on. We were talking about the tendencies of human beings. Generally, all these things that sometimes we are happy, sad, anxious, and so on, worried, these emotions take place in human beings. But because animals do have, they do possess a very simple code of conduct of living life. Uh, these things do not take place in their society. These things do not take place in their surrounding. We want to say that animals just use other animals for the purpose of fooding. When they are hungry, they hunt for other animals, and that is the law of forest, that is the law of jungle. And they do not try, they never try to conceal this fact. Conceal means hide. They never try to hide this fact. They just show what they are, okay. So they never try to hide their darker side, darker phase, okay, of their personality, like we human beings do. Whereas human beings show that they have very nice and friendly relationships with each other. It may happen that sometimes behind those friendly relations there may be some sort of uh, personal interests, there may be some sort of gains or losses involved, okay. So these things never does take place in the life of animals. The poet says that he accepts the fact that animals are true towards showing their relationships with other animals. That means they never deceive each other, they never cheat each other. And this thing is also not, this thing is also very less found in human beings nowadays. So that brings us to the end of this stanza, summing up once again what we had seen up till now in the stanza. Not one kneels to another. In this line means to say that no one there kneels in the world of animals. No one kneels, no one bows their head in the at the feet of some other animals. And even to their ancestors, even at the feet of ancestors, they never bow themselves, okay, because everyone is considered equal out there. No one is respectful or unhappy over the whole earth. They are never too happy, or they are never too sad, okay. All these expressions only take place in human beings. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. Yes, these line, they bring me tokens of myself, they evince them plainly in their position. Tokens here means qualities. That means further it wants to say that they are the most honest creatures, okay, on the earth. And he wants to say that animal just make use of another other animals for the purpose of feeding themselves, but not other than that. They never have their uh, social or any sort of personal interests involved, okay, while dealing with other animals. They evince them plainly in their position. He accepts the fact that animals are true towards other animals, okay. That means that since animals are so pure, they do not pray to god, they do not make any repentance, okay. And then he also says that since all of them are very much equal, there is no question of respect arises in their world, okay, or to insult some others. All these features are animals make them happy and uncomplaining towards the world, towards each other. So that brings us to the end of a third stanza. Let us try to understand stanza fourth.